Welcome back to the We Are City channel. Kicking off another episode today looking at transfer targets. Now, we've already covered in the past few episodes the midfield situation, looking for a Rodri backup, a Rodri partner. The two targets we decided on is basically either Joshua Kimmich or Bruno Guimaraes. We've looked at the goalkeeper situation as well, with the fact that Ederson is expected to join Saudi, although those negotiations are still going on with Al Ittihad. They could fail and we could end up keeping Ederson in the end. The fullback situation is the next one I want to look at, with quite a few options in our fullback options. Whether we sign a right back that we've got on the list, whether we sign a left back on the list as well. There's plenty of options to look at and there's plenty of players to go through. So Manchester City made it pretty clear that unless Kyle Walker leaves, there is no intention, I don't think, this transfer window to sign a right back. Meaning that the players like Van Foyth can be removed from our list. Benjamin Henriks can come off our list, Ezri Konsa can come off our list, and so can Julian Ryerson as well. If we are to sign a fullback, it will be a player looking to take over from the future of Kyle Walker. Maybe someone like Italian Michael Coyote, only 19 years of age, the Fiorentina fullback, one for the future, or perhaps Van Elwick as well. Although that being said, Ryerson's only 25 of Borussia Dortmund. He is a bit of an option, isn't he, actually? And so is maybe Van Foyth at 25. But in the right back situation, I think Michael Coyote is certainly my number one option in terms of one for the future. You can see that his stats, he's quite quick, similar to Kyle Walker in that sense. Good balance, good strength, good stamina. Decent defender, also good enough on the ball as well. Good flair as well to his game. He's going to cost around, what, £15 million at the moment in this terms of development at 19. He certainly seems like the right back that we should be targeting. That is if Kyle Walker leaves City, look for a big signing. But if Kyle Walker doesn't leave, I'll be looking for a player who's developed over the previous season. And it might be next year before we move for a right back. But left back is the one we're sort of centering on, isn't it really? Left back could be the place to look for. With Sergio Gomez leaving Manchester City, maybe feel a bit like at full back. We said that Gomez had played there. Our options are Patrick Dorju, the Danish international from Lecce, would come in at a very cheap price. Pacey, good dribbler, relatively good defender as well and passing. A lot of development. He would certainly be one for the future of the club if he's to come in at left back. Not quite ready to be part of that first team. If you want an out-and-out left back who can back up Joshua Gvardiol with no problem straight away, then perhaps Fulham's Anthony Robinson will be the man for that position. He would come in at around 20 million, which is sort of the money City would be looking to spend on a fullback, I think, in that position. And Anthony Robinson certainly would be the player I'd be looking at and saying he's probably, if we want just an out-and-out decent fullback to come in straight away, he'd be the one. Also, he counts as homegrown, being that he's played most of his career in England. He was born in England, I do think. We've got Bradley Locko, French fullback, been linked with City slightly, but I do not think there's anything about Bradley Locko that makes him a Manchester City fullback. He's a good dribbler, but I don't think he's technically gifted enough in that sense. In terms of his crossing, only 72. I mean, you look at his finishing, his shot power, long shot's not great. He's not really that quick either. And also we have Reunite Nuri, who would be, you would say, the archetypal perfect Pep Guardiola fullback. Coming into the midfield, playing in a central role, would be perfect for Reunite Nuri. But I think a man of his quality, despite being the same rating as Anthony Robinson, I think Ait Nuri at 22, he'll be looking to start games for Manchester City and be a starter for the club. And I just don't think he's going to be that. I think he's too high quality of a player right now to bring in at left back. Maybe if Gvardiol turns to a centre back in the future. I don't think anyone better than Reunite Nuri is an inverted fullback. I do think Gvardiol can do that role, and that is why he's probably second choice on my list. I think I'm looking at probably Anthony Robinson first. If we can't get him, I'd look for Patrick Dorju, then for Reunite Nuri, and then maybe Bradley Locko is further down that list in the top 4 for us. That being said, though, I don't think left back is a massive issue for the moment. We do have Nathan Ake who can play there. On the right hand side, we've got Stones who can play there, as well as Walker. Rico Lewis can play there. So can Manu Akanji as well, which makes me think I don't need a right back unless Walker goes. And it makes me think I don't need a left back unless Ake or Gvardiol go. And I'm certainly not looking in any way to lose those two players. So I think for the moment, the fullback situation is going to be put on the back burner. And we're going to fully focus on bringing in that whole midfielder, that central midfielder, to play alongside back up to Rodri. Well, the first official transfer, João Cancelo is leaving the club. He's officially joining Barcelona on a loan with an obligation to buy for €21 million. Goodbye, João. Breaking news coming here from Sky Sports. Apparently, according to Sky Sports News, Man City are considering a move for Eze with Kevin De Bruyne's future uncertain. Well, as far as I'm concerned, his future isn't uncertain for the current season. We will not be letting Kevin De Bruyne go anywhere. Pep Guardiola will confirm that Kevin De Bruyne is going absolutely nowhere this season. But with his contract up next season, we do need to, at some point, probably throughout this season, we won't do it in the transfer window now. We need to start evaluating options for next summer, the next transfer window, plan for the future of this club, because Kevin De Bruyne is probably going to go at the end of his contract, and City do need to find a player that can come in and fill big shoes in what Kevin De Bruyne has brought to the club. That would be a massive transfer and one that's going to cost a lot of money. In the youth academy, Micah Hamilton has been really impressive in training. He's only got potential 80, but you know that potential can change. He's a dynamic midfielder, excels in excellent dribbling, vision and versatility, making him loan ready apparently. That is what the scouts on our youth academy are saying. He's impressed in training. We know he's probably not going to get much first team football, so it's time to get Micah Hamilton on the loan list, get him out on loan to a championship side this season, and get him playing football to see how he can change his development and increase his potential and his chances of being a Manchester City player in the future. Well, some big news on the future of Julian Alvarez. We saw in the last episode that Atletico Madrid are interested. Alvarez wants to leave Manchester City. Well, he's been playing at the Copa America. He's set to go and play for Argentina in the Olympics as well, so he's hardly going to have any time at Manchester City. He's obviously not going to be in pre-season, but he has communicated with Pep Guardiola and he wants to talk with City's manager. Alvarez has said, "Boss, I've been thinking a lot lately. I'm really grateful for my time here at City, but I feel like I need more game time and I want to take on a new challenge," confirming the reports from, probably sold by Alvarez's agent to the news channels and journalists, that he wants to leave City. Pep says, "I understand your concerns, Julian. You're a talented player and I know you want to play more. Can you tell me about the challenge you're seeking?" Because Pep wants to know why, really, he wants to leave City completely. Alvarez says, "I appreciate that, boss. I just feel like I'm not enjoying my football as much as I could be. I want to be on the pitch more regularly and I think a move could help me grow and showcase my abilities better." Alvarez sounds sold on leaving the club. Pep says, "I see where you're coming from. It's never been easy to make these decisions. Have you considered how we might be able to give you more opportunities here at City?" And Alvarez says, "I have. I know there will be chances, but with Erling, Kevin and Phil, I won't be a starting striker at the club." And this is the big one. Alvarez is playing games, but he wants to play number 9. And we've got the best number 9 in the world in Erling Haaland. And Haaland certainly won't be dropped for Julian Alvarez. But of course, Haaland does have a bit of a dodgy injury record. One injury to Haaland, and then we won't have any striker if Alvarez wants to go. He says he thinks a fresh start somewhere else might be best for his career at this stage. And he wants to experience a different league and a different style of play. Pep Guardiola respects Julian's decision and his ambition. He says, "Let's sit down with the club management and see what options we have. It's important to find a solution that works both for you and the team." And of course, Manchester City, we will set an asking price for Julian Alvarez. If a club comes in and gives us £75 million, we will allow Julian Alvarez to leave. But until then, Alvarez will be staying a Manchester City player, and we certainly will not be selling him to a Premier League team. He must come in with £75 million. If Atletico Madrid wants him, if Paris Saint-Germain wants him, if someone else wants him, Barcelona, £75 million must be put on the table. If not, Alvarez will be staying at Manchester City next season. That is the decision that the club have come to, and I totally agree with that. £75 million, or Alvarez, you will be staying at Manchester City. And we spoke about fullbacks at the start of today's episode in terms of bringing in maybe a Kyle Walker replacement if Walker was to go. And our scouts have brought forward a very interesting player from Chelsea, Trevor Chalobah, a player that Chelsea are looking to lose this summer. They're happy to let him go. He's a homegrown centre-back and right-back, 6'4", a colossus at the back. He can play that right-back role that Walker does, tucking inside into a centre-back position. 14 appearances and 1 goal in Chelsea last season. A versatile defender for Chelsea, excels in both centre-back and full-back roles. He can also play in midfield. He has played there before. He's known for his strong tackling, aerial ability and composure on the ball. He provides reliable defensive coverage and intelligent distribution. That is something that makes him quite possibly a Pep Guardiola player. Now, I don't think he's necessary, but I think he is going to be added to my list of possible Kyle Walker replacements. We're going to keep an eye on that Kyle Walker situation, and if Kyle wants to go, perhaps Trevor Chalobah is a replacement. Well, James McAtee has been playing pre-season for Manchester City, and he wants to do a talk with Pep Guardiola about his future, because McAtee has got some news for City. He said, "Pep, I want to talk about my plans for this season. I really don't want to go out on loan again. That is big. I believe I can contribute to the first team, and I want to be patient and try and break into the first team squad here at City." Well, Pep Guardiola, that's big news for him, isn't it? He says, "James, I understand your ambition and it's great to see your commitment." I mean, Pep Guardiola rates James McAtee very highly. He says, "You had a good spell on loan which helped your development. Breaking into this first team here is a big challenge," and that is the key thing. It is a big challenge to get in front of Phil Foden and get in front of Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and so on. Are you sure you're going to be ready for that competition? Pep wants to know if James is up to the standard, and James says, "Yes, I am. I've been working hard and I feel more than confident in my abilities now. I know it's going to be tough, but I'm ready to give it my all. I just need the opportunity to prove myself. Well, Pep Guardiola is happy with that determination. He says it's commendable, James. We have a lot of talent in the squad, but I'll give you opportunities and see how you perform. If you show the right attitude and quality, you'll get your chance in matches. Stay focused and keep pushing yourself, says Pep Guardiola. McAtee playing a big part in pre-season. He says, thank you, Pep Guardiola. I appreciate it. I'll make the most of every chance I get in training and hopefully in games too. I just want to show I can be a valuable part of this team. That is really exciting news. Pep Guardiola says that's the spirit, James. Remember, patience and hard work are key. Stay hungry. Keep learning from your teammates and your time will come if you maintain this mindset. James McAtee now wants to go down the route of a Phil Foden, of a Rico Lewis, of an Oscar Bob. Staying patient and breaking in to that Pep Guardiola first team here at Manchester City. Well, City's next test is Barcelona, and City do go with a little bit of a stronger side. Ortega starts and goal. It's Simpson, Pussy, Phillips, Vardiol and Wilson Esbrand are back four. Kovacic, McAtee and Rico Lewis in the midfield three. Rico starting in the midfield. Haaland, the captain, up top with Bob on the right and Jack Grealish on the left. On the bench, Micah Hamilton and Darla. Odobovu. We've also got Piron, Galvez, Mifuni and Edison, who all might get a chance today. Heskey, Samuel, O'Reilly, Sissoko, Wright, Doyle, Carson, Katongo all miss out. Strong side, a bit of a stronger side. Yes, we lost heavily to Milan, but this time I think we actually might get a bit of a result as well as the performance against Barcelona. And it's time for another bit of pre-season action as Manchester City take on Barcelona in another pre-season match. City versus Barcelona. Could be a tight game here. The US, Noah Darvic in that Barcelona side. They've got some young players just like us. Lamine Yamal's taken that number. Cross comes in. Header! Free header. Arriving was Lewandowski late. By the post. The Polish international, who hardly played for Poland in the Euros. Not the quickest, Phillips. Trying to recover. He doesn't do. Cross comes into the far post here. Well dealt with by Esbrand. Held on towards Grealish. Oh, well read by the defender. Vardiol can't cut that one out. City dive into the challenges. Vitor Roque! A nice diving save from Ortega behind for a corner. Haaland. Grealish. Grealish for City. Jack Grealish for Manchester City. Ter Stegen spread himself not quite the way he should have done, really. Grealish could have passed it across the box for an assist. He went for goal instead, and he scored it. Who was it? It was Oscar Bob waiting in the box. May have been offside. Good finish by Jack Grealish. Manchester City take the lead against Barcelona in this friendly. He's in a bit of trouble, Grealish. He runs out of trouble. Fantastic from Grealish. Oscar Bob. Grealish again. Fantastic feet from Grealish. Here's Oscar Bob as well. Little back heel back to Grealish, who's overlapping. And Grealish swings into the far post here into the hands of Ter Stegen, but good play from Jack Grealish there off that left-hand side. Really exciting play from Grealish. Here's Vitor Roque, trying to run Esbrand, who tried to stop him. And there's a man at the far post in Ansu Fati. And no one is absolutely with Ansu Fati. And Ortega can't reach it. And Barcelona equalise 1-1. But Calvin Phillips there, he's got to be going for that far post. He doesn't, Phillips. He's just stood here. I can see him. A good finish by Ansu Fati, a tap him. Sold himself short, and Ansu Fati. You shouldn't be able to burst your team just like that so easy. And 2-1 Barcelona, and I don't even want to see that. How many times have we done that? 2-1. Just give the ball straight to the opposition. The defence are on the heels, and the opposition score. So stupid, and I've seen it too many times. Ansu Fati, who's still quick. And Balde against Simpson Pussy here. He was in trouble. The defender. He's done well to keep with him. Balde. Past him. Balde shoots. What a goal. 3-1 Barcelona. What a finish by Balde. What a poor bit of defending and goalkeeping from City on the counter. Completely caught out Ortega there. I think Ortega should do so much better. Esbrand. Brilliant. Esbrand. Brilliant. Esbrand. Josh Wilson Esbrand and a save by Ter Stegen. Got some good qualities, these young players, but a lot to work on. Haaland in there, save by Ter Stegen. We'll double change at half time. Joel and Darla comes on. He's going to play off the right hand side. And Rico Lewis has gone to right back. Simpson Pussy off. And we've got Maximo Pironi midfield to try and help us out in the build-up. Maximo Pironi with a bad pass there. Vardiol saves us. Maximo Pironi goes searching for Haaland here. Who's in? It's Haaland, it's Erling Haaland, it's off the crossbar. Ansu Fati, Robert Lewandowski, wide they go. Here's Balde through again. Vardiol! Brilliant defending from Vardiol. Absolutely fantastic from Vardiol. Oscar Bob on the turn here. Bob good touches. Bob wide to Ndala. Space for Joel Ndala. Ndala. Haaland arriving! 3-2. Great play. Ndala a goal and assist so far in pre-season now. Haaland picks that ball. We go again. Oscar Bob turns. Plays Ndala. Off this right hand side now. Lifted in. And it's Erling Haaland throwing his leg at it. Throwing everything at it to make it 3-2. Good finish by Erling Haaland. City back in this at 3-2 now. Haaland. Right to Ndala. Into Leandro Balde. He spun Balde here and Ndala. A seasoned pro. He's played for Spain. And Ndala's away. Joel Ndala. Ndala still. Right the ball into the box. Oscar Bob. Bob. Oh, and he's lost it, Oscar Bob. Vardiol goes and wins it back. And gets it away to Jack Grealish. Good ball. City could counter it. Grealish. Eyes light up for Grealish. He's past Garrido. And he plays him behind to Haaland. And Haaland might be offside here. And he is offside. And Ndala at the far post as well there, Erling Haaland. City go again here. Oscar Bob. Nice touches by Bob. He's got Ndala making runs here. Bob plays Ndala at the right time. Bob should continue his run. He doesn't do. Ndala. Past Martin again. He gets the byline. Ndala. It's Grealish at the near post. It's blocked away by Barcelona. Hesbran can't block it. Far post to Balde with a diving header. And a save by Ortega. Ndala. Oh, feet from Ndala. Spectacular. And off he goes, Ndala. And it's just cut out by Kabasi, but he's looked really impressive, the young man. Phillips dives in. Romeu. Lewandowski, what a save by the goalkeeper. And that is full time. Another defeat in pre-season. I think that's 3-3 defeats now. Barcelona 3, Manchester City 2. And in the final one against Chelsea, I'm looking to get more first-team players involved, ready for that Community Shield game up and coming. And I'm hoping a few of the players can join for the pre-season tour that are more senior players. Wow, well this is an absolutely massive conversation just after our previous pre-season game. Joshua Kimmich has come to talk to former manager Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola says, "Hi Joshua, nice to see you again. You're always one of my most dedicated players. What brings you to the USA today to speak with him?" Well, he says, "Honestly, Pep, I miss the way you push me to do better every day. I've been considering a move to City. I want to work with you again and take on new challenges." Wow. That is explosive news coming from Joshua Kimmich himself. Pep says, "That's wonderful to hear, Joshua. We have a strong team here and your versatility and leadership will be a tremendous addition. How do you see yourself fitting into the squad?" Well, Joshua says, "I've watched a lot of City games and I think my style will blend well with the team's dynamic. Plus, I'm eager to learn and grow further under your guidance. I feel there's unfinished business between us." Well, Pep Guardiola says, "We certainly had some great times at Bayern and I believe you could achieve more together here." Have you spoken to Bayern about that? This is a big one because, I mean, he's speaking to Pep Guardiola and we're not even sure he's going to leave Bayern. And Joshua Kimmich says he's not spoke to Bayern yet. He wanted to discuss it first with Pep Guardiola. "If you think there's a place for me at City, I'll start the conversation with Bayern. My contract's expiring next year. Expiring next year, and this year or next is the time to move." So Kimmich will be leaving this year or next. Pep says, "Well, possibly, Joshua. I'll speak to our directors too. It'd be fantastic to have you here. Let's see what happens sometimes in the future." So could we see Joshua Kimmich come in and be first team player at Manchester City? Could City drop their interest in Bruno Guimaraes after Pep has had a talk with Bruno about bringing him to City? Things could happen, and they might just get decided in today's episode. One other confirmed transfer away from City, it's another fullback. Brazilian Jan Couto, who can't move to Girona anymore because of our agreement, moves to Borussia Dortmund in Germany. £30 million is the transfer fee. Good luck, Jan, on your move to Germany. And breaking news here coming from Sky Sports and David Ornstein, because this is absolutely explosive. We've just heard not long ago from Joshua Kimmich saying he wants to move to Manchester City, but City Sport Director Chicky Bergerstein has started to pull the trigger and make big movements in a move for Newcastle United's Bruno Guimaraes. Exclusive news coming from David Ornstein, who is the GOAT in breaking transfer news. Newcastle United have today received a formal offer from Manchester City to sign Bruno Guimaraes. Manchester City proposing a deal worth £75 million plus £10 million in add-ons. That's around £85 million all in. Offer is expected to be turned down by Newcastle, who want closer to the 26-year-old's expired release clause of 100 million. Brazilian midfielder has already agreed personal terms in Manchester City. The Athletic and David Ornstein reporting this one. That is massive. City making an £85 million move for Bruno Guimaraes. There must be, and we know there is, negotiations. There has been context between Bruno, Chiqui Begiristain, our sporting director, and Pep Guardiola. Bruno wants this move. Kimmich wants the move as well. We've got to make a decision between the two. I think Bruno, of course, you guys have voted in more favour of bringing in Bruno. And he wants the move to Manchester City, Bruno Guimaraes. The move has been rejected so far, the offer, but City could go on further, make a bit of a higher offer and break that way in. But that is explosive news to end today's episode. Could Bruno Guimaraes be coming to Manchester City? Will they ask too much Newcastle? Will they move on to Joshua Kimmich, who's also wanting to move to Manchester City? Two massive superstars in the world of football, wanting to join up with Pep Guardiola's side. And one of those players is going to be a Manchester City player and in our midfield in this reboot Carino. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. We want to continue to grow this channel. I'm loving this career mode so far. And we'll see you guys for the start of the season next time.